perfectly, and so many ways to go at it when you're on the road. You think to yourself, well, if we start on defense, we blitz them early, try and create a big play. If we start on offense, we throw the big pass downfield. In this case, they said, forget all of that. Let's do it on special teams and try and catch them off guard with an onside kick unsuccessfully.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. For Jordan Reed, Charles, still waiting for him to play a full complement of games. You know, through 4 seasons, he hasn't completed a full NFL schedule, but he's right up there in the argument for best tight end in the league.
He certainly is, and I don't think he can get a bigger compliment than I'm hearing from my friends in the scouting community, who have all told me that those teams that are in the market for tight ends, when they're scouting now, are all trying to find guys who have Jordan Reed characteristics. And I'm talking about route running, run after the catch, the ability to create and make bigger plays. It's like a good novel, man. From undrafted free agent to leading rusher for his team, the Rob Kelly story in 2016.
You're right. Matt Jones had 460. He led it by a wide margin, did Kelly, 704. The question I have for you, what do you see from Fat Rob now going forward?
I think that he can be the lead runner for them because he does an excellent job in pass protection, a skill not many backs have.
First offensive series forthcoming. Deshaun Jackson, wide receiver that certainly needs no introduction in this league.
He's truly one of those don't blink guys, because as soon as you do, he's past you and in the end zone and doesn't mind letting you know about it too.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now a play fake here on first down. Bind, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trent Murphy from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Try to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going in next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jacquizz Rodgers during the year, and he gave them some nice games throughout, but I start with the offensive line. They've got some good building blocks. Left tackle Donovan Smith, guard Ali Marpet. Great places to begin. I think they'll continue to try and fortify that offensive line, because that will help whoever becomes their primary ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Being chased out left. And Brate, the tight end's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And here is the Redskin defense.
Ryan Kerrigan is an example of bringing the best of you from college to the NFL and remaking your game. Terrific guy causing fumbles at Purdue, has done the exact same thing in the NFL, then lost weight and became an absolute terror rushing the passer.
Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
To throw is Winston. It's caught. Humphreys. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Jameis to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage looked defensively. Now Sims. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
He gets it to Humphreys. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Second down, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Jameis now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To the air again with Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks, sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Now Jameis on second down. This will be caught at about the 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Play clock winding down. 3rd and short yardage. Winston. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. And it's 4th and 3. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. First down. Here's Cousins. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. 20. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Jackson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, the spin. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ricky Jean-Francois in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now a second down throw for Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately,
he's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes as a gain of 37 on third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Winston now from the 50. It's caught by Mike Evans.
A monster 2016 for Mike Evans. His Buccaneers didn't make the playoffs, but wasn't because of his production. Led the league in targets and was in the top 5 in many other receiving categories. What a big-time year for him.
Now, 4th in yards, 2nd touchdowns just outside of the top 5, 6th in catches. So he's going to be a handful for teams in the future. I mean, he's got a long career ahead of him.
A long career ahead of him, and look for him to increase his yards after catch as he moves forward in his career.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
One receiver to the left is Evans. They'll run it again with Sims. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Winston to throw it this time. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
The missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. Sims. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Charles Sims, as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing, Cousins, over the middle to Garcon. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and just 1. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Second down, Cousins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. Following the interception, Winston. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Throwing, Winston. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the 3rd quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan. Been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking. and now you're establishing the running game.
12 yards on the pickup, and the Buccaneers are going to have a first down. Now they run with Sims, and down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. And tough sledding. Get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Evans has it left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
He gets it to Humphreys. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. On 1st and 10, Winston. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll go again with Kelly. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Cousins on first down. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Jackson, 67 yards. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So 2nd and 10 here. One receiver left, 3 to the right. A second down throw for Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them if they try and catch the ball.
Here's Winston. Flushed out right. A dump off to Sims. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. That one goes for 24 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
First down, Winston. And break, the tight end's got it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Again, it's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
The play fake to Sims. Now Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. On third down, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
A give. This is Kelly. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 7 yards remain now on third down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And fourth down coming up. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So out now come the Redskins. They have the lead. Still a 1-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. One receiver to the left is Evans. They'll throw again. Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. To the air again with Winston. Complete. He finds Bray. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Winston now to throw on first down. Wide open receiver complete. A very solid gain of 27.
Now that has to be fun for a head coach to watch. They've been working on clock management since the first day they went to camp. And guess what? It all came together there. A team that understood the situation, got out of bounds, and stopped the clock.
Jameis to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
pacifist who's never not been pacified. I'm a piece of, it's a point of pride. I'm the super rich complaining I want more in life. Cry, baby, cry, oh, cry, baby, cry, oh. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference. I lost the weight and then I start to tumble. My mom betrayed me many years ago. I walk alone to keep from I'm